What's going on YouTube? Thomas L here. In theaters this week is the new horror film The Nun, which is of course set in the Conjuring universe, and the film takes place in 1952, which had me thinking, what are some of the best 1952 movies? I went down and I've seen a few that I really dug. I mean, I haven't seen these movies for a while, but I remember really enjoying. I'm 26, and once in a while I will tend to watch old timey classic movies, and I really remember enjoying some of those. So with that being said, here are my top 10 favorite movies of 1952. All right, coming in at number 10 is a film called Pat and Mike, which which starred Katharine Hepburn as a women's sports sensation who who has like a shade manager, Mike, who pretty much keeps her and her husband apart, and develops feelings for like Spencer Tracy. Also starring this. Let's see who else was in this. They Alda Ray. Cool, interesting. Cast it. Like it was kind of like a sports romance film, if you want that. Definitely give this one a go. It's a classic. Kind of underrated. I don't really hear many people talking about it, but it's pretty decent. Coming in at number 9 is Band of the River, which pretty much starred James Stewart. Rock Hudson was in this. Who else? Arthur Kennedy, Julie Adams. Cool cast. Like, here's what the film is about. When a town boss homesteaders supplies after gold is discovered nearby, a tough cowboy, played by Stewart, risks his life to get to them. It's actually based on like a novel by William Gulak, and James Stewart was really darn good in this. Stewart was definitely such a good actor. Maybe down the line, probably whenever it's like his birthday or whatever, I'll probably make a list of the top 10 of like my top 10 favorite James Stewart movies, because he was a really terrific actor back in the days. I mean, he was kind of like the Ryan Gosling of that era. Such a good actor, and this is definitely one of his like best performances. I mean, it's a good adventure film. Definitely give this one a go. It's another good one. Coming in at number 8 is a film titled Limelight, which starred Charlie Chaplin. Now, like after his silent movie era, Charlie Chaplin pretty much went to like do like talking films. He played like a faded comedian who's suicidally dependent ballet dancer must like he plays a faded comedian who pretty much also like falls for a ballet dancer, and they look to each other to find the meaning of hope in their lives. I mean, the ballet dancer is played by Claire Bloom, who is a decent actress as well. Buster Keaton was also in this. Norman Lloyd, Nigel Bruce, decent supporting cast as well. And this was also directed by Charlie Chaplin, who of course directed a few stuff in the past. I mean, he was pretty much a silent movie legend, and it was cool seeing it's pretty cool seeing him do like he did non-silent movies. Like he pretty much have done films that involve talking, so that was pretty cool to see. And him and Claire Bloom really had like good chemistry in this movie. So if you haven't seen Limelight, it's like a cute romantic comedy drama film. At number 7 is a film titled Sudden Fear, which starred Joan Crawford and Jack Palance. And here's what on the film. It's like a film noir film, which they had a lot back in the 50s, and it's pretty much about like an actor who integrates himself into the life of a wealthy middle-aged playwright and marries her. He also plots with the mistress to murder her. I mean, you have people like Gloria Graham, who was a decent actress back in the days. I mean, this was a decent little film noir flick. Joan Crawford was a really good actress. Maybe not that much of a good person, from especially what I've seen from that miniseries Feud. But she was a good actress, and she was really decent in us. All right, coming in at number 6 is a film called The Star, which, speaking of Feud, starred Betty Davis as like a washed-up movie queen who finds romance, but also deserves like a comeback, like a desire to come back. This film had like Natalie Wood was in this, Sterling Hayden. Like this definitely was a nice little film. Betty Davis was also a really good actress back in the days. Susan Sarandon played her pretty well in that Feud miniseries. But anyway, back to The Star. I think it's probably one of Betty Davis's better performances. I've seen her like other stuff, and she was good in them, but she was definitely a standout in this movie. Coming in at number 5 is a family comedy titled Monkey Business. I mean, this one starred like Cary Grant. He was also really good back in the days. Marilyn Monroe was also in this, and like, here's what this film is about. A chemist finds his personal and professional life is turned upside down when one of his chimpanzees finds the fountain of youth. I mean, that's it's a pretty good movie. Of course, it had like Marilyn Monroe, who was such a gorgeous actress. Cary Grant was really good. Pretty much it has a chimpanzee becoming mainly like a human, which I found that would probably come out as should be cheesy today if it came out today. But back in the days, it definitely worked out well. And I'll be down to see a remake of this. I could imagine what a remake of this will be like. Maybe you get Margot Robbie as a Marilyn Monroe character. I don't know, but yeah, if you guys haven't seen Monkey Business, it's really good. Coming in at number 4 is The Greatest Show on Earth, which also James Stewart. You also had like Charlton Heston. Eddie Hutton was in this. Also, Gloria Graham was also in this movie. Really good cast. Like the film is pretty much the dramatic lives of trapeze artists that includes like a clown and an elephant trainer who are towed against a background of circus spectacle. This movie was directed by Cecil DeMille, who's a really fantastic director. He's directed like some really darn good stuff back in the days. But I gotta say, this is probably his better movie. It's a really good circus film. Stewart was really good in this movie. If you guys haven't seen The Greatest Show on Earth, not to be confused with the recent Hugh Jackman movie, The Greatest Showman, but if you guys haven't seen The Greatest Show on Earth, give it a go. It's a really fantastic circus movie. Coming in at number 3 is a Western film called The Quiet Man. Pretty much starred John Wayne, of course, one of the best Western actors. No, this is Western. What did I thought it was Western? Oh, whatever. But it's pretty much about like a retired American boxer who returns to the village of his birth in Ireland, where he also finds love with the love interest is played by Maureen O'Hara, and she was a good actress too. She let me remember what stuff she appeared in. Yeah, she was in Miracle on 34th Street, The Parent Trap, the original that is. Decent actress. I mean, you know, this was to show that John Wayne could be like he did more than just be a Western guy. He's done other stuff like he done action films, he done dramas. Yeah, he was a darn good actor. Maybe down the line I'll also see about doing my top 10 favorite John Wayne movies. I mean, he's been in a lot of stuff. And Quiet Man is no difference. I mean, this was pretty much Rocky before Rocky came out. But if you guys haven't seen John Wayne's movie The Quiet Man, that's another good one to watch. At number 2 is the Western movie, which is why I probably accidentally called a Quiet Man Western. It's the Western classic High Noon, which starred Gary Cooper and the gorgeous Grace Kelly. This here is pretty much like a Western classic. It's about like a town marshal who, despite the disagreement of his newlywed bride and the townspeople around him, he must face a gang of deadly killers alone at high noon when the gang leader and outlaw he set up years ago arrives on the noon train. It's based on like a magazine story. And Gary Cooper was awesome in this movie. He was definitely he was also a good actor. And back in the 50s, they had some darn good actors. Also, Grace Kelly was also in this. And I mean, before we had Meghan Markle, back in the days, Grace Kelly was the American princess. So I just want to throw that out there. Anyway, now back to this. This is a really cool 50s crime film to watch. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out High Noon, it's such a good movie. And it was also pretty fun too. Definitely give High Noon a go. I think you'll probably appreciate it. All right, coming in at number 1 is probably one of the best musicals ever, and that is Singing in the Rain. Starred Gene Kelly, the late Debbie Reynolds, and the film is about like a silent film production company and cast make a difficult transition to sound. Yeah, this movie here is iconic. I mean, it has some of the classic, music. Of course, you got like Singing in the Rain. Like it goes on and on with the music, and I mean, Gene Kelly, that dude could dance. Like he was a darn good dancer. This was pretty much like La La Land before La La Land, because La La Land was kind of literally La La Land looked like it was influenced by Singing in the Rain, because Ryan Gosling totally danced like Gene Kelly. And of course, this was also Debbie Reynolds' breakout film. Of course, Debbie Reynolds was the mother of the late Carrie Fisher. I mean, Debbie Reynolds was fantastic in this movie. Kelly was really darn good. The other dude, Donald O'Connor, he was really good in his parts. I mean, this is definitely a classic music movie. This is the 50, like the classic music of the 50s. And if you guys haven't seen Singing in the Rain, you'll probably maybe sing along with the songs in this because the songs in this are really catchy. But anyway, that's pretty much my list. Let me run down. Let me run them down. Number 10, Pat and Mike. Number 9, Band of the Reverend. Number 8, Limelight. Number 7, Sudden Fear. Number 6, The Star. Number 5, Monkey Business. Number 4, The Greatest Show on Earth. Number 3, The Quiet Man. Number 2, High Noon. And number 1, Singing in the Rain. So let me give it to you guys. What are your favorite movies of the night of 1952? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. signing off.